I called myself a liberal and later a progressive for quite a few years, but lately I'm not entirely sure that that label or those labels apply anymore, because there are certain litmus tests of a lot of liberals or progressive that I simply don't meet. I support universal health care. I support the $15 an hour minimum wage. I support massive public investment in green energy. I support efforts to fight climate change. I also support tuition-free college and vocational training for all. That should be a public expense. And so those are some positions that I think most people would call very, very liberal. However, there are some other liberal positions that I don't support at all. I am against unlimited immigration. It is ridiculous for anyone to think that any country can take in an unlimited number of people. And the need for skilled workers from other countries is overstated. You know what companies need to do if they have trouble finding skilled workers? They need to go to apprenticeship program, because there are plenty of Americans who would be willing to be trained for these high-tech positions that they supposedly can't fill. Also, I do not support Roe versus Wade. I think it's totally ridiculous and completely immoral that people should think they have some God-given right, or any other given right for that matter, to go out and do the wild thing and cause pregnancy and then not have to face the consequences and destroy innocent lives that they had a part in creating. I do not support Roe versus Wade. I also do not support marijuana legalization. You see, marijuana makes you stupid. It makes you goofy. And the effects don't simply metabolize away like alcohol does. Alcohol burns out of your system within a certain number of hours. And in almost all cases, it's completely gone within 24 hours. But marijuana causes people to act consistently stupid. And in the states that have legalized recreational marijuana, they've got a big problem now with people walking out in front of cars because they're smoking their damn weed. I don't think it's a good idea at all that you have a huge portion of the population just walking around their daily lives all duh, and that's exactly what they do, because marijuana makes people stupid. Now, I've had people take exception to my hard line on marijuana. People on this list, they say, well, I this, well, I that. Well, I don't particularly give a damn about that. If they have some problem, then what they need to do is go out and try Chinese medicine, which is very effective for some conditions and more effective than Western medicine for a lot of things. That's what people need to do instead of going around smoking goofy weed. So I don't support Roe versus Wade. I don't support marijuana legalization. And I do not support unrestrained immigration. Also, my position on guns is fairly moderate. I don't take an extreme position on it. The position there is pretty moderate. I'm also not big on diversity in particular. I used to be a lot more for it than I am now, but experiences in the last few years have taught me that perhaps diversity isn't such a great thing after all, so I'm not big on diversity. Now, the funny thing is, the important things that I mentioned, health care for all, $15 an hour minimum wage, tuition-free college and vocational training, green energy and climate change, those are things that people take to the streets raising hell about. They take to the streets raising hell about this other stupid stuff like Roe v. Wade, marijuana legalization, and wanting unlimited numbers of people to come into the United States. Well, I'm sorry, but I do not support those things. And so that leaves me in a quandary. You see, the chances of getting what I really want to get are very small. I supported Senator Sanders because I was willing to trade off certain things for other things, but actually there's nobody out there who really and truly represents me, because although some of my positions are quite liberal, others are for good reason, I think, not so liberal. Moderate position on guns, opposition to marijuana legalization, opposition to Roe versus Wade, not concerned particularly with diversity, and I don't want unlimited immigration. Now, if people say that I should turn in my liberal card over that, fine, then I won't use that word anymore. I'll just be independent. And that's the way it is.